sort something out? Because as far as I can tell, strategically, that's the only way you can go against a strong candidate like an Eric Adams or an Andrew Cuomo.
And I would say like a Andrew Cuomo, right? Because I don't know if the mayor is going to get. I guess if you are somebody who is, I guess this is what you're saying. If you're somebody who supports Andrew Cuomo as one, you probably are Eric Adams too. Is that like the logic, right? If Eric Adams is your one, then Cuomo must be your two. So, I mean, I'm not really good at math, but I would say there does need to be some alliances where it's early on so that you can start to separate out those that are just not going to make the tier.
Yeah, in the end, there's got to be really one progressive challenger. So they have to have conversations. And, they're all going to get money.
I mean, see, that's my point. There doesn't have to be just one progressive challenger, right? If there are two or even three, and they all say, hey, take any one of us, just don't vote for any of these other people, I think the strategy and the math could work out for you.
I hear you. I actually happen to disagree. I think there should be among all the candidates one who we really think can take it, can raise the money, and can take the election. So I get
that's how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You need one, and then you have a number two.
Right.
You have a lieutenant governor.
Now I'm trying to picture either of you working for a candidate and advising that candidate, hey, you know what? We're not doing so well. Let's fold our tent and support the other guy. No, nobody suggests.
Well,
that.
no, but that's been the problem with the progressives. It was the same problem that they had last election, last mayor's election, is that they could not get together and say, pick one, right? That was the problem.
In our last couple of minutes, let me ask you all to reflect on national politics. I think the consensus here in Democratic New York City, or overwhelmingly Democratic New York City, is that what's happening in Washington, what's coming out of the White House, is not great. It's chaotic, there's confusion, thousands of people being fired, a lot of priorities are being imposed that are disagreeable to, say, the average New York voter. But there's a question out there of, okay, what do you do? If you're a New York politician, what do you focus on? It's a target-rich environment in ways that actually make it hard to try and focus the public on any one particular problem. Where do you think, politically speaking, Democrats could make some headway against the New York Democrats in particular, against the White House? What should they be focusing on?
I mean, that's a really good question. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know which is the one issue because they are doing what they said they are going to do. So we can't be surprised. He said he was going to do the things he's doing, and he's doing them. And also they're doing that. They're throwing everything out all at one time so that you can't really focus on one thing or the other. So I don't know if it's that we are talking immigration, because he seems to be doing what he said with respect to immigration. I think if anything, maybe we should be talking about how much money the city is going to get from this administration.
The GOP has such an emotional connection to those voters, and they won the popular vote for the first time, I think, in 20 years. So I think the Democratic Party has to think about two pieces. One, how do they re-engage their voters and expand their base? And secondarily, pick a couple of issues and show some results. Folks are unhappy about the cost of eggs, apparently.
So we were
and
told,
housing,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So Democrats, pick a couple of issues and show some results. Otherwise, those numbers that went up for Trump and this election, it could continue. That's the risk for them.
That will be the last word. Nick Smith, great talking with you. Thank you for coming by. Lupe Todd Medina. That is going to do it for tonight's show. Thanks.